Hello. In this video, we're going to go ahead and solve the equation using the quadratic formula. Now, the equation that we have is x squared minus 4x equals -1. Here's the thing. Because we're trying to use the quadratic formula, we want the equation to be in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. This is the general form of a quadratic equation. That means that this equation needs to have this -1 moved to the left-hand side by adding 1 to both sides. That's going to give us x squared minus 4x plus 1 equals 0. Now that we have it like this is in the general form that we want. And the next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and find the discriminant, because the quadratic formula itself is -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And the discriminant is everything underneath the radical. It's this b squared minus 4ac. So that's the first thing we want to find. To do that, I recommend writing down what is a, what is b, and what is c. So a is the number in front of x squared, which is 1. B is the number in front of x, which is this -4. And c is the number in front, well, just the number out here by itself, which is just 1. So c is the constant term. Excellent. And at this point, we need to figure out b squared minus 4ac. Now, b is -4 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 1. And then you just simplify. Now, notice that if you type this into the calculator, make sure you do a parentheses around the negative, or even better, just don't put the negative there. It really doesn't matter if you have the negative here, because whatever's in here squared is always positive. So -4 squared is positive 16, and then minus 4 times 1 is -4. And of course 16 minus 4 is 12. Awesome. Now that we have that, we can go ahead and plug this into the quadratic formula. So we get x equals, now this -b here is interesting. Specifically, it means the opposite of b, and b is -4. And then plus or minus the square root of your discriminant of 12 all over 2 times a, and a is 1, so 2 times 1. Also be very, 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 very careful to make sure that this division goes across everything in the numerator. It's very easy to leave out something by, a lot of people do this. That's just wrong. That does not work. The reason it doesn't work is because we're not saying that that 4 is being divided by the 2 times 1. And then just simplify. -4, the opposite of -4 is a positive 4. And then plus or minus the square root of 12. Well, off to the side, take that 12, 2 times 6, 2 times 3. And we're looking for pairs of things, so we have a pair of 2's. 2 times 2 is 4, times what's not circled is the 3. So we need to think of the 12 actually as 4 times 3. So this would be the square root of 4 times 3 all over 2 times 1, which is 2. And then break this up, add into 4 plus or minus. Square root of 4 is just 2. Square root of 3 stays square root of 3, all over 2. Excellent. Now, my recommendation is to always break this up into 2 separate fractions as 4 over 2 plus or minus 2 root 3 over 2. And remember that only stuff outside the radical affect only radicals affect other radicals. Stuff outside radicals affect stuff outside other radicals. So 4 divided by 2 is just 2, plus or minus, and then this 2 and that 2 cancel each other. And that's going to be the square root of 3. So we have 2 plus or minus the square root of 3. Awesome. That is the solution to this equation. Awesome. Well, I believe that is it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Have fun.